Suntem la Climate Change Summit, un eveniment mare adresat problemei mari numită schimbări climatice, dar mai ales adresată soluțiilor. Și o am alături de mine pe Karin, o antreprenoare care vine cu o soluție la o problemă mare, dar invizibilă, și anume cadourile promoționale pe care le fac companiile. Hello, Karin, thank you for joining. Congratulations for this idea of attacking an invisible problem. How did you came up with the idea?
Well, I have had a company for 25 years. We manufacture promotional products for companies where you can put your logo on and give it away. This area I was working in. And 8 years ago, I was traveling in Vietnam, sitting in a boat with my family on a holiday, and beautiful sky, and the boat didn't move. So I'm thinking, why is it not moving? So I'm looking over the border in the water, and I really see only plastics. I see a plastic pen and a plastic bottle, and then I thought, I have been producing these for more than 25 years. So we need to change. That was the start of the idea.
Incredible that you had the click, the aha moment, which not many have. I've been to Vietnam recently for a month, and I can understand what you're saying about the surroundings that are inspiring. How big is the problem?
Well, as I'm working in the promotional business, of course, we don't claim that we can save the planet because we produce products that is not food and house, of course. But the problem is so big that everyone needs to step into the change and the transition tomorrow, even if you are a consumer, an individual person. Every company in its field can make a sustainable change.
Okay, and if I want to make this change, I as a company, and make sustainable gifts, how should they look like?
Well, you need to think, let's say, in two ways. The first thing that companies can think of is the products that I'm giving. Are they anything worthwhile to give? Yeah? Don't you give a goodie bag and you return home and you throw it in the bin? That's the first thing, because we use virgin materials for it. A paper bag is made from a tree. We cut trees to make the paper. So if it's turned into the bin, it's useless. So that is step up your game. That's my first step, I'm always telling. The second step is step away from your virgin materials. So what we say, can you switch your materials over to recycled, sustainable materials? And that was also the second step I was thinking about, is check in your companies the dead stock. When we started 8 years ago, we got telephone calls. Karin, I have 25 pallets full of t-shirts because my logo is changed, my branding is new.
Exactly.
What can you do with it? You know, these kind of things. So that is the second step away from the virgin materials. And the last step, and that is, I'm an ambassador for that, to make companies aware that 80% of their waste streams can be turned into valuable products.
Exactly, magnific. Okay, what kind of valuable products do you offer right now, the alternative?
Yeah, now the biggest waste stream in a company is really the coffee waste. Coffee waste is amazing. From 1 cup of coffee, you have 90% waste. So what we do is we inspire companies. We can collect the coffee waste with recyclers in our network in Europe. In every country we have a network of recyclers. They can pick up the waste stream and bring the waste stream in the correct area for recycling it into a new, in this way, promotional product. And then the loop is closed. So coffee is turned into a coffee pen, or coffee mug, or coffee notebook, the cover, you know?
Lovely.
And another one is, of course, plastics, paper. Do you know that 90% of the printing paper in the printing machine from companies is still virgin paper? Well, there is a recycled solution for everything. And textile, that's another big stream. Now, for instance, because I need to show also creative solutions, of course, this is a Thai company calling me that they have plenty stock of ties. It's just upcycling into a new product. So from textiles, we can upcycle it into new products or recycle it into a felt. And from felt material, you can make anything in the promotional business.
So companies are calling you and telling you what are the waste that they are producing, and you somehow find a solution. So how do you choose your suppliers?
Well, that is a network. 60% now are innovations in Europe, and a lot of are coming in from the Netherlands, where I'm from. Because the Netherlands, they are very innovative in a way, but they are not the largest customers. So the Dutch are knowing how to make money from sustainability, which is good because we can show it is also really make a difference. And we find all these innovations from young people in Europe, and we connect them to this business. So we produce together with them promotional products for the companies.
How many suppliers do you have?
We are a manufacturer.
You are,
We are the number 3 in Europe, and we sell by the resellers. We call it promotional resellers, and there are 22,000 resellers in Europe.
Oh my God!
So
in Romania, do you sell in Romania?
Yes, we have invited about 20 resellers in Romania.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's a whole list of, actually when a company needs promotional products, media products with a logo on it, then they search on the internet in their country, and the companies that are offering a pad, a cap or a pen or a notebook, these are not the producing companies, these are the resellers. And the
lovely.
Manufacturers behind it, one of them is our company in the sustainable products.
Lovely. Deci avem soluția și în România. Thank you very much, Karin.
Yeah, you're welcome.